Misham Mesechta Ma'aser Sheni da Bezim and Alam Mishma Gita Bas Avoma Shchaim Beisadoga Shchaim Abba Mitzvah Chan Reza Bas Golda Fushleim Rivka Mina Bas Chai Esther Fushleim Rom Ben Rivka Vega Fushleim Nishmas Leib Mordechai Ben Avram Yehuda Bezim and Alam for Beisai. That's the Gemara. Amar Rabbi Yudin, 5 lines from the bottom. Amar Rabbi Yudin, it says Rabbi Yehuda. Moshe said this is not Rabbi Yehuda of the Mishnah in Kedushin that says that Momen had you too. This is not Rabbi Yehuda the Amoyre. Rabbi Yehuda Amoyre said like this: Masnitin Omre Kain, Shu also the Moicha. We're talking again about Ma'aser Sheni. Ma'aser Sheni, the first Mishnah tells us also the Moicha. The Tanin and Tamon, the Galantana Braisa, Mezid Kiddush, Shoigig like Kiddush. That Mezid, Mekadosh and Isha, but Mezid is Kiddush, Kedushin is Chal, Shoigig like Kiddush. Freit the Gemara, Im Ato Oime, Ye Mutter L'Moichrei, if you tell me that it's Mutter to sell the Ma'aser Sheni, Freit the Gemara, Ye Mutter L'Kadosh Boy. Should be Mutter to Mekadosh and Isha. The Gemara holds that this is the same halacha. You have a bailus to sell the Ma'aser Sheni, you should have the bailus to be able to make Mekadosh and Isha with. So why does it say here in the Mishnah, and after the Mishnah, in the second page in Kedushin, Amakan Nish Mekadosh and Isha. Oh, let's have a big sukkah. Let's see now. Let's say the Pei Moshe. Amar Rabbi Yudin, who Rabbi Yudin Amoyre, Masnis Amar Kain, Kloima. Alibi Rabbi Yudin Kama. Rabbi Yudin Amoyre says that this Braisa goes according to Yehuda, the Tana, who says Mechulik on Ameya, and he holds its moment Heditu. While the Parach HaKavachayme Koi is going on the Kavachayme, you want to learn it out from Truma, and just like Truma, it's also to Azar, it's Mutter L'Moichay. So within Hachinami, Ma'aser Sheni, which is Mutter to Azar, it should be Mutter L'Moichay, Mutter L'Moichay, Mutter L'Kadosh B'Yis Isha. So let's continue on this Kasha, on this Kavachayme. Bahashte lemuche midi alibe de behude ba plukte de meya in mutel moichel Ma'aser Sheni aloi. The Mishnah talks about the machlekes of meya behude is the machlekes by kedushin, not talking about mechiras to sell it. But ka'ama the masnita the peg based the kedushin zoke behude the hamoyre. From this Mishnah in the second page in kedushin, which machlek behude the tana with the meya, the machlek on of his momen gvoya according to the meya and momen Atzma, Momen, Hedjid, according to the Buddha, Shemina and the Buddha, Nami Srile, Sha'asa Hu L'Moichay. Even though the Buddha says that over there in the Mishnah, the Mutter L'Kadosh B'Yis Isha, but also L'Moichay, the Tanin and Tamon, Mekadosh B'Ma'aser Sheni. Somebody is Mekadosh and Isha B'Ma'aser Sheni. Bein, Shoigi, Bein Mezid, like Kiddush, Diremidah. Momen Gvoya, you can't do anything with this to be Mekadosh and Isha. That's not, it's not a Kedushin. But Rabbi Yehuda argues on a Meir, and he says, "B'shoigeg like Kiddush, but b'meizid it's your Kedusha." And if you're going to say that Rabbi Yehuda yemuter l'moichroi, you learn out a kavachayim from Truma that you're permitted to sell Ma'aser Sheni, yemuter gam ken l'kadosh boy, it'd be muter to Mekadosh and Isha. But my moed Rabbi Yehuda the Meir the shoigeg like Kiddush. Why is Rabbi Yehuda moed to the Meir shoigeg like Kiddush? Why not? It's mutter l'moichroi, a kavachayim for Truma. It should be mutter Mekadosh B'Yis Isha. This is mamish pirush on the Gemara in Kedusha. Elavadai, the Buddhist relay, Nami, the also the Moichroi. So far, also the Mekadosh B'Yis Isha. The Gemara holds now these are connected. If you say the word also the Mekadosh B'Yis Isha, so therefore it agrees with the Buddha that says also the Moichroi. Rather come and be Mezid Kiddush. Now, what's the difference in Mezid and Shogi? Nami could come a hosam should be Mezid. Zehu chulul. The Gemara we saw yesterday. B'mezid, if you do it b'mezid, the pshat is you mechal the mois, and that's why the kedushin is chal, because that's ois Ma'aser Sheni. But if it's still Ma'aser Sheni, then you can't be Mekadosh and Isha, because the kedushin you have no, even though it's moment hedjit, nonetheless ochas l'moichroi, it's also l'moichroi, it's also Mekadosh B'Yis Isha. But mezid, you took it out, you mechal it, so it's ois Ma'aser Sheni. Ma'aser Sheni yoytz l'chulun if it's done b'mezid. Al Yidei pigeon, because he's paid it. And how is he paid it? Because he wants to use it now for Kedushin. But for Kedushin, Halolu. What's the moist pigeon? The kedushin halolu. This was in mekadesh isha. Yoytze l'chul. He doesn't give any money. You need money to be paid to something. And who adinami, the pasuk talks about pigeon. By Ma'aser Sheni, you have to do with money. Over here, Dr. Pnei Moshe, here we're talking about that the pigeon happens through the kedushin, and the kedushin is the moist kedushin, moist pigeon. That's not the zah. Yeah, well, what? Huh?
You do 2 mitzvahs for 1 set of money, you're talking about?
2 mitzvahs? Well, the mitzvah is the kedushin. The mitzvah is kedushin.
You said pigeon also.
Yeah, okay. It's a mitzvah, yeah.
The problem is, how's it chal b'sachas? It's not your money until after Mekadosh, and when Mekadosh, it's not your money.
Okay. But the bigger problem that I have is that's an issue of technical problem. She used to say, when you have technical problems, this was his lotion. Nem's an engineer.
Okay.
Nem's an engineer. Technical problems, take an engineer to figure out the Basach, not Basach. But when it came to the Lumdus, he didn't say that. So the issue is that Kedushin, Alamo, when you need pigeon, you need moist pigeon. You give money, you pay to something. That's how you redeem. Egdish, Meister Sheni, we say in the posse, you pay it with geld. You give money and use that money, bring the money to Yerushalayim, and now use that money to buy Paris, Meister Sheni in Yerushalayim. But over here, we need the geld. What's the money? The Isha is Nishkan geld, right? Isha is a lot of things, but not Nishkan geld. But Meis, so I don't know how that works exactly. But those look at Kedushin, Halolu, Yotzluchum, what? Yeah. The moist Meister Sheni. He gives Meister Sheni, right?
Yeah,
He's Mekadosh, here's an apple, Meister Sheni apple, and you're Mekadosh me with the apple. Now the apple becomes Meister Sheni, right? It's Meister Sheni. He gives it to her, and now where's the pigeon?
No, he's
Mekadosh.
He has to take money to Yerushalayim.
Kedushin halolu yotzei. What does it mean? Kedushin halolu yotzei. He's not giving her. He's giving her the apple, and for that apple that he gives her, she's merutzet him to mikadesh. Instead of giving me a ring, I take an apple. Fine, take a lady. So now what happens?
Now he has to take money to Yerushalayim.
Don't say that. What geld? What's the geld? What's geld?
Made a chilul. She has to take money.
Look at what Bnei Moshe said. Look, that what you just said is normally. I would understand the Gemara. I would write it in somehow, right? But look what the Bnei Moshe says. Kedushin halalu yotzei l'chul.
Right, because that's the chilul. Kedushin
is the chilul. Oh, where's that?
Kedushin is the chilul. But like every chilul, he has to take money now to Yerushalayim.
Okay, but there's no money here. What?
He has to take the apple to Yerushalayim.
Yeah. It's Meister Sheni. It's Meister Sheni. I don't know. Everybody say Chweisnish. Better to say Chweisnish than say you are terrorist that I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? Chweisnish. And then Shabbos, Derech Lein Lacham, Eshe, Ulai, Yoy Einai. That's what spells on, you know? You don't know Pshat in the Gemara, that's really help, no? It's really help. It spells on. Yoy Einai. How many times did Kivega figure Kasha or Shey Yoy Einai? The Meis Saba ain't there a chilul b'kach. That's very much understood, right? There's not a chilul in Mekadeh Shenisha. That's a pigeon. Maybe that's a shilul. Okay. All them was Chaim Zuktu. Okay. Now saying Sekoyim, you know the other Ozuhada. Ozuhada has a Chaim spirit. We don't have a Chaim spirit. We dismantle it. Okay. The Meis Saba ain't there a chilul b'kach. Shine. Zok the Gemara, the last line of the Gemara. If it's also to be Mekadosh, it's also to be Poide, and if it's Mutter Meichai. V'choshu also the Meichai, also the Kaddish boy. It's also to sell it, he came Mekadosh, also the Kaddish. So the Lashon also the Kaddish boy, because it's you can't take the Ma'aser Sheni, use it for things that are double chul. Zok the Pnei Moshe, last line, V'kloima Klalu. The kosher also the meichroy, also the kaddish boy. If it's also to sell it, it's also to be mekadosh shenisha. Meaning you can't be moiling the money. The money has kedusha. Ma'aser Sheni has kedusha. So you can't play around with the money. Use it for something which is double chul. It's a mitzvah, but al kaponim that's a issa to be mekadosh boy shenisha. Look the merafulda. Tanina tamon, 4 lines from the bottom on the right side. Kedusha peik sheni. Mezid Kiddush, if he takes the money, Mekadosh Shenisha b'Mezid, is Kiddush. Favos, because of the Mezid, that's a pigeon. So that's why it works. So even though it's not his money, but Akaponim is poison. Oh, but Shoigig, like Kiddush. Ochiyama, Rabbi Yehuda Shom. Those are Rabbi Yehuda the Tana. The Kiddush, Umechida Shovim, Kamoi Shema Masik, Shema Mino, the Osel Moichroi, it goes together. If you can't be Mekadosh Nisha, you can't sell it, you don't have a buy list to Mekadosh Nisha. Zog the Rasirilla on the left side. Masnis number can be is really that Fuller Yehuda Moide the aim Moichin Oisai. Even if Buddha says that Mom and Hadjit too, I change Mom and Hadjit, but aim Moichin Oisai, Masnis in the Kedushin, Daika Ken. You don't have from that mission in the second parak. Nina Tamon, Pekish Mekadesh, Mezid Kiddush, Buddha Tani Lo Hosam, Udi Evet Kiddush, Ud Katchil Mezid is Mekadesh. Who says Mezid is Mekadesh? Aber nicht no b'di'eved, aber katchil loy. Isa al kedai tefei t'gemar di'ei mutu l'moichroi. If you're going to tell me you learn out from Truma that Ma'aser Sheni is mutu b'mechira, and you're asking a kash on the Mishnah, look to Gemara, that's no good. Why? The Isa al kedai di'ei mutu l'moichroi, that you can sell the Ma'aser Sheni as every Truma, you're mutu l'kadosh boy. So why you tell me that what you can't be kadosh boy and Isha? It goes together with the mechira. So Asinami or Isha Tala Haperis Yushalayim. Oh, so he's dealing with this question that we just had in the Pnei Moshe, that the Kedushin is the pigeon. So he's saying like this. He's saying, you know what? He gives the money, he gives the Peris to the Isha, and that's Peris Ma'aser Sheni, and she's Mekadosh herself to him because she got Peris. And what happens now with the Peris? She has to schlep the Peris to Yushalayim. Normally, when you make a pigeon, you give money, you buy Peris. You have Peris, and you give the Peris to the moicha, the farmer, and he gives you money for it. And later, the Peris he doesn't take the Yerushalayim. The whole idea is, what do you mean why not? The whole idea is too many. No, that's pigeon. That's pigeon. Animal pigeon is this. We're talking about farmers that have thousands of bushels of Peris. You can't schlep the whole thing to Yerushalayim. Whether you rent a ship to bring it to Yerushalayim, no, the Torah Kedosha, you can be paid. What says paid? You give the Peris to the farmer gives you money for it, or whoever, the grocer, whoever you want to sell it to, Walmart, or does, and he gives you for that money, and he's going to keep the Peris over here, he sells it in Walmart, right? That's all it's cool. Shine. But by Kedushin, comes again the Rasirilla, and he says, you know what? How does it work over here? It doesn't work like normal. Normally, it works, you have to take the money to Yerushalayim and buy Peris over there, but the Peris is B'chol. Zok the Rasirilla, no. It doesn't work that way. With Isha, bet nifta the Peris, the Kedushin goes out because she's Mekadosh herself. No such things. No, but then, you give the Peris to somebody who's willing to take these Peris up to Yerushalayim, rent the boat and take it to Yerushalayim, and he's going to pay you for that. Now, what's he paying you? He's probably not paying it at the same price. He's going to give you so cheap. You're going to pay him. You're going to, by giving him a discount, pay for the freight and all that, right? That's what we're talking about. So we're not dealing over here with a normal pigeon. That's how the Rasirilla is dealing with this Gemara completely different than the Pnei Moshe. Choshu osel l'moichrei, osel l'kadosh boy. Bit me it's not a statement. It's not a cloud. Again, completely different than the Pnei Moshe. He says like this: Choshu osel l'moichrei, osel l'kadosh boy. Bit me a kloimer. V'chi mishum d'daikem asnisin osel l'kadosh boy. You have a dig from the Mishnah because you can't sell it. That's why you can't be mekadosh boy seisha. Teidik the tamim mishum the kodem lonu the osel l'moichrei. No, not pitom. So two Sachen. One is mechira. Mechira is the kedusha shaboy. But even though it has a mechira, because it has a kedusha, so you can't sell Ma'aser Sheni, but you have dinim in it, you have mominus, you could sell it, you have certain rights to it. You can take Yerushalayim, you can make a ganze feine suda, you can do a lot of things with it, right? And hooray, you take money from people. You give them this money, the Peris, and he gives you back money. So with that money, you give him a Kaddish Bois to Isha. That's bitmir. You're telling me because I can't sell it, that's why I can't give him a Kaddish Bois Isha? No, lav dafka. That's the difference between the Rasirilla, completely different than the Pnei Moshe. How does Merafulda learn? Merafulda says on the right side, to me, Tanam B'Kedushin, Mezid Kiddush Shegel Kiddush, Hochi Yomer, Yibud Shom, Kiddush Mechira Shovin, K'Moshe Masik, Shema Min Oda Osa L'Moichay, and that is every the Pnei Moshe L'Chayda. And in the pigeon, he's not giving us his opinion on the pigeon. How does the pigeon work? Lama Zayin the Goyna by saying. Bir HaGro. Look at Bir HaGro. Hiu chalula. This goes in previous Gemara we saw yesterday. With the mechir is a chilul. B'yois kishemoiches shviyas azai dinoi shadomim nitfosim b'kedusha shviyas. When you sell pay shviyas, so the money becomes now kedusha shviyas eitz lahamoicha v'havi chalula. Because when you have the payers that you bought from him, that goes no more shviyas, and that leaves the shviyas, and it transfers over to the money. Kumoi b'ma'aseh sheni, the zel b'zach by ma'aseh sheni, not like the Rashi Surila is learning over here in Gemara. He means to say by ma'aseh sheni over here, kishemachal al hamoyed sheyasu hamoyed kedushas ma'aseh sheni. When you want to be machal the morning of the ma'aseh sheni, meaning you have payers too heavy to take it to Yerushalayim, too much, too volume, too voluminous. So what are you doing? You're mechaled on the money, and the money becomes kedushas ma'aseh sheni. Ube'emes, the Santa, they're going to use these lashonis here. Ube'emes, ube'emes, ube'emes. Mechila kazu, kishemoiche ha'peiris ma'aseh sheni lacha. When you sell the peiris of ma'aseh sheni to somebody else, va'amoy shemekabel sheyitvesu bekedushas ma'aseh sheni, gam ma'aseh sheni is mutter. Yeah, the payers go out. It's finished. It's nivda. The hach ain't moichen the minimum listen. This was in the mission says you can't sell ma'aseh sheni. What do you mean you can't sell? I make it always ma'aseh sheni. It's no more ma'aseh sheni. So the hainu shemoiche la'acha hapayers ma'aseh sheni sheyol chavei Yerushalayim. If you're going to sell these payers to somebody else and you tell them take these payers to Yerushalayim, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about over here. He's paid it. Who writes the shia mois esle chulin? And he wants the money now. He takes the payers and he gives it to him, and he wants now the money should be chulin. Oz ein moichin. Those who say in unser Mishnah ein moichin. What do you mean ein moichin? Ein moichin means you want to take away the ma'aseh sheni name of the ma'aseh sheni from the payers, and you want to put it onto the money. And you take the money to Yerushalayim. Ein moichin. Havel be'inyan canal. But in the case over here, shamoyis yitvisu begedushas ma'aseh sheni. Ma'aseh sheni is mutter. Then he says it's mutter because why? Because he took off the ma'aseh sheni. If he took off the ma'aseh sheni, he made a chazeu chalula. The going that's a heter because that's not a problem because it's no more ma'aseh sheni. So he's like, yeah, okay. Let's see here. I'll just read it to you because you don't have it. But I'll read you here. Reb Chaim as a beer of the Yishalmi. By the way, I see that in the memoirs of the Rogatchover. He was very busy always with Yishalmi. Yishalmi. So much so, he started to write a Pirish on Yishalmi. But he was very busy with Yishalmi. Okay, Zokt Reb Chaim Azai. Mezid Kiddush, Shogig la Kiddush, right? This is the Lashon of the Mishnah. Osam Pluktu Huda Meir Vivuda. The Meir is Srile HaMakadosh B'Chelkoi, Ein Mekudeshes. The Meir holds because Mama Geboy, no Kedushin, Nish Mezid, Nish Shogig Gunish. They do the Sidlei, Mezid Kiddush, Shoygig la Kiddush. Mezid, yeah, but Shoygig Nish. Why? Because Mezid he wants to be Mechalid. Shoygig doesn't know, so the vet Nish can kill it. Doesn't become a pigeon. Can't become a pigeon when you do B'Shoygig. That's the push the Ivif in the Gemara. Rabbi Yehuda Nami the Omar Kiddush. Rabbi Yehuda says, not like a mayor, that he says that the Kedushin is Chal because Mum and Hedjid like Omar Ela Di'evet. That's a prime Chiddush. It's only b'di'evet. Imoy mekadosh kiddush holakatchila loy. V'shamet mino le'inyan meche nami shel katchila asa moicher. Das ist steht da that ein moicher noisoi and comes again the Kavachayim. The Kavachayim wants to be a raya. And other halten of the Kavachayim is slucked up the ein moicher and he holds you could be sell it, but that's only the katchila asa moicher. Of b'di'evet you could sell it. That's the prime shot in the Gemara. But otherwise, how are you taking? We asked the other day, how does the Kal V'chomer take off in the Mishnah? How does the Kal V'chomer, okay, Akasha in the Mishnah, take off a posik? By Kedusha, how does the Kedusha? You vet verloren the Kedusha, and all of a sudden you tell me you're allowed to sell it because you have a Kal V'chomer. So to Chaim, that's only the Katchil is also the Moichet. So Zok the Gemara Zay. Was it still? Was? But against the posik, it's schwer to. Usually you don't find a Kavachayim to go against a pasuk, but a Mishnah. Okay, but the Chaim said one is still one is b'diavad. Im ato im yemutu l'moichroi. She'im ato im b'mecha, because the Gemara is tying it together. Except like the Rashi, the Gemara is tying these two together: the mechira and the kedusha. So the Chaim says, she'im ato im b'mecha yemutu lemoicher lekatchila, yemuta lekadish boy the ma'ishna. If you have bailas for kedushin, you have bailas for mechira. If you don't have a bailas for mechira, you can't make a kedushin. Also, yuma the milsa kloima kedushin and mechira shavim hem. The Gemara holds now full stop. Kol shu asa mechira is also the kaddish. Kol shu muta is muta. V'chol shu muta lemoicher muta lekadish boy. V'chol shu asa lemoicher asa lekadish boy. The beho talya v'ozil the chuchei hachmilsa. Now the Gemara, now the Gemara turn over the Gemara, and the Gemara is coming now to prove this point that the kedushin and the mechira are told zeh b'zeh. The base on the bed. Let's say the Gemara weiter. Feit the Gemara v'ataninon. You're telling me it's told zeh b'zeh. V'ataninon. The Gelant in our Mishnah. It's a Mishnah in Shvius. Ein loichin avodim v'kakois u'behemet meya midmei Shvius. Mechanish for koifen, you're not allowed to purchase avodim, kakois, slaves, and real estate u'behemet meya midmei Shvius, from the Mei Shvius. Tarnished. As a kedusha, you can't do this to buy mundane things. V'im lokach, and if you did it, yochel kenegdon. Yochel Shvius kenegdon. Yochel Shvius kenegdon. Chaim learns that's how it's knas. Azay is a Chaim. Yochel b'toyre Shvius b'knosi. Chaim is a knos. It's a Gemara someplace. Azay is looked there. Omer Rabbi Yosi. Zoyse matters if you tell me ein loichin that you can't buy all these things. Avodim kakois behemet me'eh midmei Shvius. Zoyse matters you also likach ishim midmei Shvius. If you can't buy an evet, l'chein ma bein koine isha ben koine shivcha. Okay. Be careful how you say this. Don't say it in public, but wasn't after minute. Meaning, does Chas v'Shalom mean to say the Shleisan Isha? It means to say that if you can't buy, so you can't buy an Isha either with it. You can't be koine Isha with it. Mechanish is Moishviz, mechanish. Ma ben koine Isha, ben koine shivcha. Rabbi Yosi b'shem Rabbi Zira, Rabbi Yudim b'shem Rabbi Yala, Divi akolhu mipnei pil puloi. What's meant? Look to pay Moshe Zay. V'tanina liyel pei chas l'shvius. Ein loichin avodim v'loi mitzinu. The tanina gab l'shvius the ein mekachim. But we don't find the halacha of ein mekachim b'yisisha with shvius. We don't find this halacha. The Gemara is looking for it. The Gemara just said, "Now kol shu also l'moichroi. If there's an issa mechila, it's the kaddish b'yisisha." So he's looking for what's the dinim by shvius when they get it to kedushin isha. The Gemara wants to bring a raya from the mechila. You see that certain things are limited. You can't sell shvius. All these things you're not allowed to buy because this is goes into schayra avodim and all these things. Kakois, what is kakois? It's the it means for schayra, and that's why it's also. So Bazai is also the kashwa isisha. Omer Rabbi Yosi, third line, Zaysim Manish, also the kavishim and Shvius Gloima, and the Chanamish, also the kashwa the Shvius, Ugadai Chochil El Sham. Zokter Rabbi Yosi b'Shem Zira Loikein. No, he doesn't agree. Why? She'im hata oimer Loikein. Im kein ma ben koine isha shu koine ki koine shivcha l'shamshay. U'ma ben koine oisa l'shivcha b'vad. V'im zeh osa gam zeh osa. I don't know why he has to throw in over here because l'shamshay, not l'shamshay. It's the din from bailis. You know, a bailis on the Ma'aser Sheni to use it for things that are not for achila. So l'achla shtei techov. So by isha is not l'achla and a shivcha loich not l'achla. He puts in all the things. The shamshay, I don't know, understand that.
Because it means it's tzayir, so he needs it tzayir.
Yeah, but you can't. But even though it's a tzayir, mechanish, because you don't have ashta, but it's not schayir, right? He put an issue to the schayir. That's coming to yeah. But hashta like tzayir lemisne behedya demikachim. But the memela shemina dosa it was memela because tied together with the din of ein moichad shivcha kakois the issue is zelbazach. Look at the Gemara weiter. We'll soon come back to this papula. One minute. Rabbi Yosi b'Shem Rabbi Achi divi hakolu kidei shehei hakol zikuken lemichitzason. What's meant us? Take a look what he says. Divi hakolu amaisi sheni mahade pei Moshe lochi kama ni nami hani amiroi the ben mei ben buda. Side the mei that says mama goy. Side who says mama hedget also the moichroi. You're not permitted to sell it. We like it the boy me call it like my sister's gonna may dafke You want to tell me it goes only according to the Meir? That's how the Pnei Moshe himself said in the beginning of the Mishnah. Remember, Ein Moichin, at the Pnei Moshe Zuklis, the Gemara starts out some Mishnahs Kevin Meir, and later the Gemara goes and says affiliate to Behuda. Mashen came to Menafulda learns that it's going to be made all the way through. Then now he's explained it. Like the boy me called like Masis Ein Moichin, get to leave it to the Meir. Dafke El Masis Nevakarlo. It's everybody. Why does the Behuda say that what? Ein Moichin, why can't you sell it? Mipnei Pulpulai, Kalaima. Mipnei, what's Pulpulai? Mipnei, High Plukta. There's a Plukta. What's the Plukta? The Hod, the Bein of the Maimed, the Behuda, Mutter, the Moichin, even though the Behuda is the one that says there's Mom and Hedjit, it's Mutter, the Moichin, Mikacha Kabachoyma, because you're not from Truma. Truma, you can sell. It's also the Zah. So Kolshkin, you can sell this, you can sell the Ma'aser Sheni. Then they wear a bunch with kashas, with birchas, with bikurim, and tvisa, etc. Now I forgot the high kalvachoyim kamim mit truma. Lav mifrechu, even though that kalvachoyim yes mit truma doesn't stand the koma shviyas techiyah because it's not typhus domov. La'ai the he gufi birchi the koma kabeshviyas mutul moichay. But not also them because you tell me about shviyas, you want to tell me it's mutul moichay. It should be like truma. No such thing. I have enough in the Mishnah here by Shviyas. The Kama Gab Shviyas Mutal Moicha. But Nantanan also Limko Las is Schwede Bepei Shviyas. We know it's a Beferish Halacha and Ein Loichin, all these things Bepei Shviyas because it's Schwede Bepei you can't do. V'im Al Chalula Kama can Mefarish Yudin Liel Mechirosa Yir Chalula that the Mechira is the Chilul. Imkei Ma'aser Sheni Gamkein. There a Chilul if you do it the right way. But there a Chilul is Mutter. V'loile Mechira Mamish. Ein the Mochroi. If you do a regular mechira, which is going to be, even if you do less than this, it's not going to be mutter because the Mishnah says, so that's why I say that it's also. Rabbi Yossi b'shem Rabbi Kama Tama China the Divrei Hakol Moedin also Limko. You know why you can't sell Ma'aser Sheni? Kedei sheyu hakol zekukun l'michtzos. That's shtei Musa. What shtei do? If you're going to sell the Ma'aser Sheni, im kein kol echod. Somebody has a lot of Ma'aser Sheni. Yimke is going to sell it. You can't schlep this Yishlayim. It's too much Paris. But like that is going again. He's not when you're selling it, it's pointed, and the one who buys the Paris is off the hook, and he can eat it in New York. No, you can't eat it in New York. You can't sell it in Walmart. Why? This is an interesting chiluk. I'm giving you the payers. You have to take the payers to Yerushalayim. So he's saying over here like this. He said, you know why the Torah didn't allow you to take the money and make the money ois ma'aser sheni? Because that's not what the Torah wanted. The Torah wants hakel. Must mean hakel. Side the one who buys the payers. He has to take the pay to Yerushalayim. Aside the one who gets the money now from the farmer, from the farmer, he gets the pay, the money. That also has to go to Yerushalayim. So that's what the Gemara holds here. So more the pshat in the pasuk. You know, can learn pasuk chimish, fifth secure, and it's pshat. The Gemara holds here that you have to take the money to Yerushalayim also. And what's the reason? Ein moichin, because the Torah didn't want you to take out the payers. And the payers should stay in New York, and the money goes to Yerushalayim. This is nicht the Torah gewollt. Also how the Pnei Moshe pshat. Zog the Menafulda, but Ninon, Ma'aser Ayim, Rabbi Yossi the Kiddush Mechira Achasu. The Lechein, the Im Loi Kain is not the same. Mr. Rabbi Yossi bepei Shmini the Shviyas. Pnei Zilzuloi. That's the more right in a minute. Shemizalzu Mechirosa. You're going to take Ma'aser money, and you're going to exchange that for pays Ma'aser Sheni. That's a disgrace. You can't do that. Why? Side the geld and side the payers. Alles bleibt Ma'aser Sheni. Okay, Mr. Sunday we'll get to the other before.